Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Von Marie Moniz. I am the event planner and owner of Lovely Events by Von, where we help you keep calm, stay lovely, and party on. So today we're talking about some mistakes and kind of things to avoid when you're planning a proposal. So the getting engaged part is so exciting, right? So whether you knew it was coming or you didn't, it's still very exciting as soon as you get that ring. So, um, you know, after you put on the ring, all eyes are on you guys. All the questions are gonna come, so that part in itself can be kind of exciting. It can get kind of overwhelming, but the moment that people forget about, well, now it's becoming more common to ask because people are just going different in a different direction when they're planning to propose, which is kind of neat. There's so many different stories out there that you hear about people getting engaged. But that part, it's a whole beast on its own. You have to plan, you have to prepare, you have to have backup plans. And, what if he or she says no? Then what? So it's very stressful and a lot comes with it. So as soon as you decide to buy that ring and, ask someone to marry you, it can be very stressful. So, but on the other hand, you know, it can be such a memorable moment, and you stress yourself out about it because you want to make it memorable for them and something that they're going to talk about forever. But sometimes something can totally go wrong, and it's still a memorable story. So it's just you'll laugh about it rather than cry about it. But so these are some important things that you don't want to um, some things that you want to avoid and some things that you want to remember to do. So the first one is don't forget about Mother Nature. So if you're planning to propose outdoors, then you want to make sure that you can still do it, of course, but if your future spouse doesn't really like the rain or the snow, then you probably don't want them out there unless you really love making their life a living hell and you want to put them outside in the snow and then be like, hey, oh my God, I love you so much. Will you marry me? Then totally go for it. But this specifically goes with like if you're planning to do it in the air, like skydiving or a hot air balloon. If it's windy, then you're probably not going to go on that hot air balloon ride. So you want to make sure that you take that into, sometimes it's hard to, especially in New England, sometimes it's hard to calculate the weather into it, but try your best to do it. And this is where having a backup plan or, plan B will help. Because if you can't go on that ride and that's all you had is that plan, then you might have to scratch the whole thing completely and get back to the drawing board, but hopefully not. The only thing I would say, like if you are planning to do something like that, extravagant that way, then make sure that you have a plan that you can do it like around the area. So, you can decide to have a picnic instead and do it there. Don't try to have your plan B be another extravagant thing like doing it at the Pats game. You're probably not going to make it to Foxborough if you're in Cape Cod. You know what I mean? So definitely don't have that as a plan B unless your plan is to completely scratch that plan, the hot air balloon thing, and then just do it on another day. Then that's perfectly fine. But if you really are stuck on this day, you want to do it on this day, then have something that's a little bit more realistic. So hot air balloon to a Patriots game, probably not going to happen. Hot air balloon to a picnic setup, definitely will happen. So think about those things. The next thing I have is keep it to yourself. I know it's very exciting, even if you're a guy proposing to a girl, it can be very exciting, but, people say guys know how to keep secrets. Some guys don't. So make sure that you are not spreading the word that you're planning to do this because it might eventually get to her before you actually get to pop the question. So it takes away the surprise element of the whole thing. If you'd like, what you probably should do is talk to the parents, especially. Maybe the siblings, but or maybe just keep it to the dad or something, because moms might get too excited also. They're not going to ruin the moment, but it's very exciting. So, try to keep it to yourself. Just don't spread the word to too many people, just maybe like a few people around in your circle. Don't forget the ring or drop it. So, dropping it would be very, very bad. Especially if you're planning to do the whole hot air balloon thing, then you want to make sure that you don't let that ring go overboard. That would suck. So, and make sure that the whole planning thing, it can be very, like I said, very overwhelming, and you have so many things going through your head and so many things that you have to plan, and everything has to be perfect, that you might forget the important thing, which is the ring. So make sure that you plan for that. Make sure that if you're bringing someone along with you, like if you're having family there, maybe have one of them carry it and have them give it to you when everybody's ready to gather to watch the moment happen. Just don't forget the ring. Planning is everything. So you can't go in to wanting to propose without a plan. It can go very bad, especially if you're not very good at making plans. If you are that type of person that is spontaneous and you just want to ask when the moment is right, then that's totally fine. I mean, go for it. But the best thing to do, even for a moment like that, the best thing to do is probably to have a plan so that you know what to expect for yourself, so that you're not so stressed out and overwhelmed thinking about it. So just try to have a plan. Even if it's a little baby plan, just have one. Are the signs there? So this means, have you talked about marriage together? Have you talked about a future? The worst thing would be for you to get down on that knee and then for them to say no. So you need to be able to read the person, make sure that you've talked about this before and that it's something that you're both into and looking forward to, and that should make the moment special. So just make sure that you're on the same page. Perfect timing. So this means make sure that you pick the right time of day, obviously, but make sure that you're picking the right date. So make sure that no one has passed away on this date, because that would not be fun, especially if it's like a recent death. I mean, make sure that they're not going to be grieving that day. So, and make sure that she's stress-free too. If she has you might hear some noise. The garbage trucks are right outside the window. Yeah, no, you should be fine. All right, so make sure that she is not stressed at work or anything like that, especially if you're planning to do it in the beginning of the month, or even, well, mostly towards the beginning of the month. Towards the end of the month, it's holiday season, so everyone's jolly. But if the beginning of the month is stressful, like I used to work in insurance verification, and the beginning of the month was like hell for us, with all the new plans and stuff. Just make sure that it's not like one of those jobs. Make sure that she is not completely overwhelmed and the last thing she wants to do is answer a question. I mean, it's a great question that she's probably been waiting for, but I mean, she might be in the middle of talking. Like, my husband interrupts me all the time. I could be in the middle of I'm venting to him, and then he'll remember something because he has ADHD, and if he doesn't say it out on time, he might forget, so he interrupts me all the time. I love that so much. Thanks, babe. I think I skipped a page. Oh, I sure did. Oh, yes, this one's important. Make sure that it's not something that is going to embarrass your partner, because if your partner is the shy type and they don't really like the attention on them, then maybe don't do something so public. Maybe make it more of an intimate thing, or, go on a trip and find a secluded area and do it there. Pop the question there. Maybe if you really, really, really want to have the family there because it's so special, it's such a special moment, then have the family there, but have them hiding so that she doesn't see them, she doesn't, nothing clicks in her head that, oh my God, I'm gonna get engaged right now. And so that she doesn't get embarrassed, because it's embarrassing sometimes. Like, I get super embarrassed opening presents in front of people. Like, absolutely hate doing it. It's not because I'm gonna be like, ugh, why'd they get me this? It's just, it's embarrassing. All eyes on me. And believe it or not, I don't always like that. I like it sometimes when it's on my terms, not on your terms. Okay? And then also, if you're going on with the same, having people there thing, just make sure that you are letting the people know, even if it's like 5 minutes before you're about to pop the question, make sure that you let the people in the room know, because it can get super awkward if, all these people are together. I mean, they're probably starting to put the pieces together, but make sure that they know, because for me, it's kind of awkward to be in the room with like such a intimate moment, and I'm not prepared for it, and plus maybe you want to let at least one person know that's there, so that they can help you with a backup plan or anything like that. So just make sure you at least let one person know. The most important thing that you just have to remember, just remember to make it memorable, make it personal, make it all about him or her, and just enjoy the moment. And if you're able to capture it on camera or pictures, that's awesome. But just make it something that you are going to remember, whether you're laughing about it later on or crying about it because it was such a beautiful moment. Just make sure that it's about the two of you, and that's all that matters. All right, guys. So that is all I have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sure these tips are going to help you, but if you have any more questions, please feel free to reach out to me. If you have recently proposed to someone and you'd like to let me know the details, I love to know details in these beautiful stories, post them in the comment section below, because a guy or a girl looking to propose might find that helpful. So definitely share this out if you know anyone is given the hints that they want to get engaged or propose or something like that. Share this video out. They'll find it helpful too. And as always, like I said, feel free to reach out to me with any questions. I will see. Oh, it's Friday, so I will not see you tomorrow. I will see you Monday. So happy Friday. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys later.